a Tuesday morning. We've got an irrelevant Subway Series for one team, but an important one for the other that gets underway tonight. Training camps roll on. You got the Jets fighting with one another and the Hard Knocks cameras picking up all of it. You've got the Saquon thing still going on and Carl Banks going after Saquon in one way or another. So football is creeping closer and closer and closer. Boomer and I have spent many, many hours together over the last day or so since I saw him before the show yesterday to now. So I think by the end of the show, we're going to go our separate ways unless you want to go get some breakfast afterwards. I don't know if we want to keep this streak going, but you probably don't. Hey, good morning, Boomer. How are you?
Yeah, I don't. Matter of fact, I'm kind of sick of you, to be honest with you. I mean, my God. We had a hell of a day yesterday, that's for sure. And it's going to be up to Domingo Germán to outduel Justin Verlander tonight. As you're right, the Yankees, they need these two games, and the Mets are just fading off into $350 million of irrelevancy.
Yep.
And, that's the danger thing about the sports around here and the organizations. I always say, like, there are teams that are completely irrelevant.
Yep.
And when you get to that point, that just is like losing money. It's like throwing money out the window. And that's where the Mets are. They're irrelevant. I mean, nobody cares.
Yeah,
It's like I walk around. Seriously.
Yeah.
And I'm sure the same thing happens to you when you're in Sayville. You see your buddies; they all come up to you, and nobody mentions the Mets. Nobody cares.
Not anymore. I mean, in the beginning of the season, are they going to turn it around? How are they going to turn it around? Are you worried about them? And now it's just gotten to the point where nobody's asking. It's all about the Jets. It's all about the Giants. All about who do you like in the NFL. And then there's some Yankee fans that are hopeful that they could turn things around. And if Aaron Judge comes back and plays well and is maybe even 80% of himself, maybe they have a shot. But you're right. I mean, when you've got so many teams in town and you get close to football season, where this is probably the most exciting football season and training camp that we've had around here in a very, very long time, and you're the Mets, who nobody believes that you've got a miracle in you, nobody cares, really. I mean, this Subway Series for us, is basically seeing if the Yankees can continue to build off the sweep of the Royals by beating another bad team. That's the story. The Mets are done. And the only thing about the Mets that is interesting is this trade deadline and how they handled it. And quite frankly, I don't think they're going to do much. I can't imagine that they're going to end up dismantling this team and trading Jeff McNeil, trading Starling Marte, trading Max Scherzer. I mean, I can't see that happening.
I can't see them trading Verlander or Scherzer, that's for sure. They're going to be here next year, and they're going to be anchoring, this pitching staff. I do see Mark Canha, Starling Marte. I don't know about Jeff McNeil. I could see a bunch of these guys going. And, I'll tell you, Canha would fit the Yankees. That's for sure.
Yeah, I mean, he would. I mean, he's not going to move the needle for a lot of teams.
I know, but you know what?
Yeah.
They need a left fielder.
Yeah, sure. No, I agree. I think they could do worse than that, and I think it would be an upgrade. And, players like that Brian Cashman has identified to come in, those type of players, Brian Cashman's done a very, very good job bringing in. I mean, in last year, even though he was hurt, when they traded for him, he was the most important player they had in the postseason roster in Harrison Bader. So maybe it's one of those moves that gets the Yankees into a situation where you can believe that they can make some noise in the playoffs. But as you pointed out, this is it. After the Mets, I mean, the Mets are the worst team that the Yankees are going to see in this stretch coming up.
These 12 games, man.
Yeah.
This is it. This is going to be it. Because you got the Orioles, you got the Astros, and you got the Rays.
That's right.
And that's, tonight and tomorrow is the Mets. They got to take care of business. And then after that, it gets down and dirty, and for the Yankees, this is where if there's going to be a move to be made, and I'm not talking about a trade move.
Yeah.
I'm talking about a team playing well and moving in the standings. These next 12 games are the games for them to do it.
Yeah, I mean, and if you want to believe in beating the teams in your division and then beating the team that has been your nemesis for the last number of years. I mean, obviously the Mets, they're a nothing team right now. But after that, I mean, you got Baltimore's having a great year, Tampa, who got off to a great start but is still ahead of the Yankees, and Houston. If you really,
I'll tell you honestly, you got to sweep the Mets. You got to take 2 out of 3 from Baltimore over the weekend. You got to take 2 out of 3 from Tampa, and You got to try to win a series against Houston. That's basically what it comes down to.
Yeah, I mean, and I don't have really a lot of faith in the fact that they can do that, but I don't think that they're going to get lambasted by these teams and be totally out of it and then decide to sell at the deadline. I think that them sweeping the Royals put them in enough of a position from here until August 1st that they're going to look to add, and they're not going to look to give up and say that there's no way we can do this, because that's just not the Yankees. They always make the playoffs. They always figure out a way to at least be competitive at the end of the season and give themselves a shot. I don't think this year's going to be any different.
I think competitive is a word that describes something that I experienced many times in my career.
Okay.
However, it was yesterday.
Yeah.
It was dusk. The wind was blowing.
Yeah.
The thunderstorm had rolled through.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I was into my 10th Casamigos.
10?
And I could not see the golf ball. And we were playing against Wally Zerbiak, Al, your buddy.
Yeah.
I know how much you love him. And, Wally was trying to steal money from everybody yesterday.
Yeah.
But when he came to Boomer and Gio, and we needed to make a putt.
Yeah.
And that putt was a 20-footer up the hill.
Yeah. Off the green.
Off the green. Anything else I'm missing?
No.
No.
Boring.
Who came through? Al, who do you think came through?
He was boring.
Not Wally, but who do you think came through?
Gio.
Yes.
Yeah. It was a big moment for me.
It was maybe the crowning moment of his young golf career. He makes a putt 20 yards.
Yeah.
20 feet, and it was off the green.
Yeah.
And the thing about it is that the other guys that were there with us, the other people,
Yeah.
your guy had gas, my guy had
Acid reflux.
acid reflux.
Yeah.
The two guys together in the same foursome, it was all over the place. Nobody, I mean nobody, but me, believed that this moment in time was going to happen.
That's right. I mean, even the nicest man I know, Lee Einsiedler, was all over me because we were competing against him. He's like, he's got no shot. Absolutely no shot. No shot at all.
I'm like, Gio,
Yeah.
you can do this.
And I did it.
And he did it.
And my ribs are still sore from the grab and dance that you did with me as you were tossing me around like a rag doll out there. So I'm a little threw my back out a little bit, but it was all
I didn't realize it didn't seem like you were unhappy at any point.
No, not at all. I was not unhappy. It was great.
We were playing a place called Silo Ridge. You got the shirt on right there. That's one of the free shirts you got.
Yeah, well, we all got free shirts.
I know we all got free shirts, but you're wearing your free shirt.
Well, hey, I at least said I better see this on the air tomorrow. I said absolutely.
I mean, it was one of those moments. Like, do you remember Wide World of Sports?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Do you remember the opening of Wide World of Sports?
Yeah, I mean that song is very famous. I can't sing it right now for whatever reason. That This Week in Baseball theme is popping into my head.
No,
not
it's
the
not
Wide
This
World
Week
of
in
Sports.
Baseball. It's a Wide World of Sports.
I know.
This was a Wide World of Sports moment.
Yeah,
It was a thing of beauty. There was such satisfaction. I mean, I actually felt like I've never won a Super Bowl, but if I did, this is how it was going to feel.
Yeah, man, it was tracking, and I was like, yeah,
There it is.
Here it is, right. It was tracking, and I said, man, this is going to go in.
Spanning the globe to bring you the constant variety of sport.
This is going to go in. And then I just looked around at the ball and then saw everybody like crouching down, and it got in slow motion. Everybody's eyes getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and then boom. It felt like there were 30,000 people out there.
That's what I'm telling you.
Really.
It was a moment in time. And that was, think about this.
Yeah.
So I don't know how well you played because I only played 9 holes with you.
Right.
And then we played the emergency 3 is what we'd like to call it.
Yeah.
So we could take some Wally cash.
Right.
Because he didn't give cash for nothing. But anyway, that was a moment.
Yeah. No, it was a moment.
And that makes you want to go back, right?
Oh, of course. Yeah. And I mean, I was thrilled. I played okay, not great, okay, but I ended on 2 unbelievable notes, which was awesome. 2 big putts, one to end the original round, to par that last par 5, like a legit 5 that I had on that par 5, which for me was nice. And then, of course, that big putt. And it was great. I mean, it was a lot of slapping hands. I hadn't laughed so hard in my life at that dinner when 2 Italian guys like myself had a similar acquaintance in their lives, and they thought it was like the biggest surprise moment ever. It was like, yeah, so I went to school with Joey Scafuzzi. Wait a second, you know Joey Scafuzzi? Yeah, I know Joey Scafuzzi. I went to school with Anthony Scafuzzi. You kidding me? You know the Scafucci's? Get out of here! Everybody's just dying. It was a great day. It was awesome.
It was a great day,
and capped off with that putt and everything else.
God, that was.
And then Wally makes us talk sports on the ride home.
Oh my God, yes.
I mean, he's like, "Can you rank these players?" I'm like, Wally, do we look like we want to rank players right now, man? Like, it's what we do every day. He's making us rank every NFL, NBA player. I'm like, Wally.
Rank a player. I'm like,
You're like, Anthony Munoz is the best player ever. Strap it up.
Oh, my God.
No, shut up. Wally's like, no, LT. You're like, shut up.
I don't want to talk.
Shut up, Reggie White. But I don't want to talk about this, but it's Reggie White. I mean, shut up.
Next thing I know, I'm like, what about Evan 40? What about Evan 48?
Yeah, it was funny. It was
and
like
Leon Rose and Worldwide West. Oh, my God.
But
all right.
All right. One last moment that was just hilarious is on the ride back. I hadn't gotten a chance to listen to any of our new lineup yesterday because we were gone and we were busy all day. So I went to the WFAN Twitter account and I wanted to watch some of the videos. So we're in the back of an Uber, me and you. So I put on a video from yesterday and you go, gee, no. Shh. You're like, not now. No. Shh.
Not now is right.
I was like, okay, fine. I was like, we'll talk tomorrow about everything. But yeah, no, it was absolutely tremendous. So, do you remember your top 5 greatest NFL players?
I'll tell you one thing. That Silo Ridge is amazing.
Oh no, that place is awesome.
Holy God! It's up in Armenia, New York.
Yeah.
I mean, and it is about as pretty a place as you're ever going to see.
Yeah, I mean, I posted some of the pictures of the landscape on Instagram. It's just absolutely
landscape
gorgeous.
Picturing. I didn't know
landscape picturing. Yeah,
I had no idea you were taking landscape photos.
Oh, the little mountains, in the background and all that stuff.
Yeah,
I mean, and then you were trying to get a studio built for us up there. You were talking to the great Danny Apricots about that.
Danny Apricots, man, that guy. Holy God, he had some gas, man.
Yeah. Well, how about you this morning that you let one rip in the Uber? I mean, the poor driver, he didn't get out to help with the stuff with my clubs in the back because he was so nice in the beginning, lifted all the clubs. But then in this minute and a half drive, Boomer goes, and then goes, oops, sorry. Then the guy did not get out of the car, put the windows down. He was so pissed.
He should have got out of the car.
Yeah, I know, which is funny. He decided to stay in there. He just did not want to help at that point.
You know why? Because I was thinking about Danny Apricots.
This guy. The guy goes...
So whose Uber rating goes down? Yours or Boomer's?
No, I think Boomer's. Yeah, there's no doubt that's going to be... He's going to hammer that rating. But yeah, this guy who's heavily involved in Silo Ridge, some of these other properties, he goes into this comfort station, very in-fit guy and in-shape guy.
Totally in-fit. Like,
totally
great. I mean,
right.
Hits the golf ball up a country mile.
Right. I mean, he's eating the healthy snacks in the comfort station. He goes, listen, I'm going to eat probably like 2 handfuls of these apricots in about an hour. You're going to know what these things do to me.
Yeah, by the way, I didn't see any apricots. All I saw was like Casamigos. That's all I saw. There was nothing else.
Bottles and bottles.
I didn't realize there was something else in there.
Yeah, no, there was. Yes, there was. And he was ripping them the whole rest of the day. As you're lining up for a putt, just letting them fly. Tee box, letting them fly. I mean, it was incredible.
I've never heard, between the acid reflux that my partner had and the gas that your partner had, I mean, it was.
Yeah. And then My favorite moment, I'll try to explain to the audience because most of them have not met this man, but Joe Guerrera is the Citarella, owns and started Citarelli, the most premier grocery store in the world. So he's seen everything. He's seen every type of food.
Self-made man.
Self-made man. He's seen everything in the grocery business, right?
And he's always looking, always trying to figure out new possibilities for his business. Yes.
Right. So he sees in one of these comfort stations, got all the food and drink, a pickle in a bag, a giant pickle in a bag. So he is fascinated by this. It was like a meteor had fallen out of the sky, and he was examining it, So he's looking at it.
And he was the one with the acid reflux.
Right.
And I'm like, don't eat that. don't eat a pickle in a bag.
So he goes outside of the station. He walks back to the cart. He's looking at it. He goes, I've never seen anything like this. I'm like, yeah, no, I know. It's a pickle in a bag. He rips the thing open, the package, takes one bite, looks at it and goes, what the F? And throws it into the woods. Oh, my God. A pickle in a bag? Who had all the things that you could have at these snacks? A giant pickle in a bag is the last thing I'd put in there. But anyway, phenomenal day, and ended on a great note. And I'm glad you remembered that putt.
I
was
remember
worried.
that. Yeah. No.
I was worried you were not going to remember that putt.
I was going to remember that putt. I'm going to remember that putt for the rest of my life. That was like one of the greatest moments ever. For you to sink that putt in that situation,
yep,
that just tells me that you're a winner.
That moment in time,
yeah.
That moment in time, yes, I was.
It was the total opposite feeling that I had from when we played softball at Seaview and you threw the ball into left field as a first baseman.
Well, I've been waiting for like 4 years to redeem myself from that moment. I think I might have done it yesterday.
I think you did. Yes, you did.
All right. Well,
all right, so we got Mets, Yankees. We got
training camps.
Yeah.
We got fights. We got Saquon. We got NFL suspensions and injuries and all that great stuff. So Jerry's going to tell us all about it coming up.